Buenos dias, muchachos.
When I do this.
I'm like missing part of my lip, low-key. I don't know where it went.
Oh.
Gotta get an injection. Just kidding.
Would you ever get injections?
No.
Why?
Because I don't like them. I think it's so obvious when somebody has injections.
I think there's ways to do it that's not obvious.
Yeah, just like...
But I think you have to pay more money for that.
Yeah, and also, like, we're beautiful just the way we are.
Oh my god. So true, but I do want to go ahead and get some lip filler.
Okay, period.
I just want to, like... I watched someone get their lips done once, and the doctor, the injector who's doing it, she was like, your bottom lips are naturally bigger than your top lips, so a lot of times people come in to get their top lip to match their bottom lip. And I was like, sign me up.
Yeah. My top lip's so tiny, dude.
I look drunk.
But, like, I mean, I'm not hating on anyone that gets them. I just know that, like, I'm gonna hate it, and I won't be able to drink out of a straw, so I can't do that.
Diva, that's totally fair.
I think it's just because whenever I see in shows, the time where I finally was like, I will never get them was when I was watching this show, Siblings Are Date. No.
On Netflix?
Yes.
Sibling Rivalry?
No, it was a dating show, but they would go in as siblings.
Yeah, Trixie and Katya reacted to it. I watched it.
I watched the whole thing, me and Lily did, and the lip filler on these people, it was insane. It was like the most insane thing I've ever seen. So we were like, we're never doing that.
They showed two girls in that show, the two blonde bob girls, and their filler was crazy.
It wasn't even them, though. It was the other ones.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Damn, that's tea.
That show was crazy. I kind of want another season.
There's in the Trixie and Katya episode, Katya's like, I'm not going to complain about incest. I'm not here to judge. And then they, like, reference something about, like, siblings kissing or something, and Katya goes, actually, you know what? I'm going to go back on Let's dive into it. I have a few things to talk to you about.
Okay, me too.
The first being, I ran out of my under-eye cream, or, like, serum or whatever. God, my face looks so fucking long today. Whatever. I ran out of
long is a crazy.
I ran out of my under-eye, like, brightener or whatever, like, caffeine, because I just have, like, really dark under-eyes for some reason. And Grace recommended one, and I was like, oh, let me double-check which one she wants. Or she uses, so I double-checked with her, got it. Number one, before I complain, it does work. I have noticed a difference.
Okay.
Number two, it smells so fucking crazy.
Yeah. Congratulations!
Congratulations! It smells awful.
I don't really remember the smell, but remember what we were talking about, how mine, it's the sponsor us, what is it?
Inky List.
Inky List. When I got it, it had the metal applicator where you it was like the cold, but they don't do that anymore apparently. So I don't know if that changed the smell problem.
Every time I put it on, I hold my breath, and then I immediately put my other serum on so I don't have to smell it.
It's that bad?
It smells like moldy glue, if you can imagine.
Oh.
It smells gnarly.
I'm getting that.
Giving notes of moldy glue.
Oh, okay. Love that.
Yeah, but that was one of my notes. It was... I do think it's working, so I'm going to keep using it. But good lord, they should look into adding artificial scent.
I don't remember that at all. Also, side note, so sorry. When it goes to a bump and on me, don't mind the 32 rack of Michelob's in the back. It was just from the Super Bowl.
Hey, to each their own.
And I only drank, we weren't going to go to a bar, but then, so I bought, that many beers, because I was like, oh, it's the Super Bowl, here I go. And then we ended up going to a bar, so I literally only drank 3 of them, and now I just have, a million. But
did you go to a bar before it started, or while it was going on?
Yeah. Well, we were going to go watch it at a house, and then we, went to a pregame, and then, our friends from home, I was like, I want to watch it with them, and they were all like, we're gonna go to the bar. So we were like, we have to go to the bar.
Yeah.
But we didn't think we were gonna get into one because we were going like late. But then we got in, and it was an Eagles bar.
Oh, that's fun.
Go Birds! Oh my god, it's my first time on the podcast post Super Bowl. Guys, I'm so excited. I literally took the red eye and flew home for the Super Bowl parade. It was the best day of my life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I had to. Dedicated fan.
I sat in my room and watched Housewives of Atlanta while the Super Bowl was going on, and then I went downstairs for the halftime show.
Support your city.
I hate Philly.
Oh.
I thought we knew this.
Yeah, no, we did, but like, come on, it's so fun.
It's just, like, I can't really speak for other... No, I can. Philly is so aggressive, Philly fans, and I hate that.
Oh. I honestly love it.
Like, what is the need to go climb poles and jump on scaffolding? Like, it makes no sense.
You gotta. It's the best thing ever. It's so great. And this guy, like, on the way to the airport when I was going home also, Josie was driving me in our car, and we went to Chick-fil-A, and we were like, oh, let's just, like, wait, because we went early, so we were like, we don't have to go to the airport yet. So we were just, like, eating our Chick-fil-A in the car, like, turn the car, like, off, but still on so the music could play.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're going to leave. Now it's time to go to the airport. And the car battery died, of course. So we're like, me and Josie go into Chick-fil-A and we're like, okay, we're going to have to say it. Like, we're like, does anybody have jumper cables? Josie says it. Nobody answers. Literally nobody answers. They're all just like,
why didn't
like, she screamed it.
For someone in the parking lot?
Because it was like, nobody was passing us. So we were like, okay, we'll just go inside and yell if anyone has them. Whatever. And then I went out around to each table and asked, and this guy, finally, he was like, yeah, but he was, like, really into his meal, and I felt really bad. He was like, we were like, oh, you can wait till after your meal, but, like, I was okay in a rush, and he was like, no, it's fine, it's okay. I'm like, oh my god. But then he didn't even have to jump the car, because our friends ended up being in the drive-thru, so they jumped it for us. But then when I went back in, I was like, oh, we're done, like, to go give him the jumper cables again. He was like, where are you guys? Or I was like, oh, I'm just going to the airport, sorry, like, we were in a rush. And he's like, where are you going? I'm like, going home to Philly for the parade. And he's like, oh, better stay safe, like, Philly fans are ruthless. And I was like, I know, sir, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm going home?
Like, sir, it is 3 a.m. and I'm going to the airport. Why the fuck do you think I'm going there?
Yeah, like, I'm not just going to hang out.
That's funny.
But it was crazy. Literally woke up at 5 a.m.
Like?
Woke up at 5 a.m., so everyone takes, like, the SEPTA trains, to the city. Like, you had to buy them, like, the day before, because they knew the trains were just going to be insane. And you had to buy them the day before, and the line at 6 a.m. at Wawa Station, which is the station that, like, is the newest, and there's literally, like, not a lot. Anytime I go to Wawa Station, that's where I would go in the summer, nobody would be there, because it's, like, the newest one. Oh. Like, there's, like, Exton, like, all those ones everyone goes to.
Oh.
The line was all the way up the parking garage, like, insane. Like, people waited, like, 3 or 4 hours, I think. Like, in that line, we decided we were gonna go there. We were gonna go to Wawa Station, but we decided let's do a different route. So we Ubered to 69th Street, took the L, which is the free train, and just take it right into 30th Street. We walked into the L, immediately got on the train, didn't wait at all.
Oh.
It was amazing. Our day planned out perfectly. We ended up walking to the art museum on, like, the correct side, like, on the right side. It was completely filled with, like, you couldn't get close at all. On our side, like, I guess if you get off the SEPTA, like, once you get to that side, you can't cross over unless you go all the way around. So, like, it wasn't as crowded on our side. And we had, like, all the bathrooms right there. Like, I was standing in the same spot for 9 hours, I think. And it felt like an hour. Like, it was so much fun. I cracked my first beer open at, like, 6 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, it's commitment.
It is commitment. But I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you got to experience it.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
I went to the Phillies parade for when they won the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
2018?
If that was the year, yeah.
Yeah.
That I didn't have that stressful. I had a stressful experience coming home. Going there, we got, like, a 7 a.m. train. Our one friend was running late, and I was from Doylestown, because Doylestown's the last stop.
Yeah.
Or the first, however you look at it. And I was like, our one friend was running late, and I was like, sir, can you please hold the train? He goes, that's not how trains work. And I said, okay. I was like, you better run. So
You thought they could hold the train.
our friends are sprinting. I don't know why I even asked. And this was during the time where I wasn't I didn't have my first drink till high school, till 10th grade.
Oh wait, that's normal.
Okay, not for my friends apparently.
No, no, not for like mine either, but like all my friends here, like some of them started drinking in senior year.
Yeah, that's why when I watch the new Gossip Girl, I never watched the original, so hate on me later. But when I watch the new one and they're like high schoolers going to clubs and bars, I'm like,
So New York.
yeah, I was like, that's not a, couldn't be us.
Yeah, no.
But
I was in a basement.
I would talk to Chris and he, yes, literally, I would talk to Chris and he's like, oh yeah, we would get wine at dinners. We would go to X, Y, and Z, and I was like, maybe
I
I
would have a sip of my mom's wine, maybe
yes,
at dinner.
and then I would act blacked out. No,
Yeah.
we get to Philly. We were walking around for a while. So I wasn't drinking, so I didn't drink anything. Even though, like,
Oh.
I had drink before that, but I was just like, what if I go home and my parents smell it on my breath? I don't need to do this. Pussy shit. So I was like, I'm not gonna drink. First mistake. It was freezing cold. I was dressed poorly. My toes were frozen. Whatever, the day goes on. We were like on the, whoa, I don't know the street name. Like the art museum's here, and then there's the long ass like 6-lane high street right here that goes right in. We were all the way over here. So we
Oh,
were
like
like,
backed up.
yes, we were like last to
That's
see
where I
the
was.
parade. Oh, but how?
Yeah, they stop at the like no, that's where I was in 2018 too. But I was on the other side of the art museum. Like you were near, so they end at the art museum.
Yeah, so we were one of the last stops.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I was like far away from the art museum, but I could still hear like the music and stuff
Same,
from where
same,
I
same,
was
same.
standing. Yeah, but this time I was like right there,
That's
like
crazy.
where the
That would
DJ
have
was,
stressed
and
me
like,
out.
but there was like nobody really. Like we had a tree where I went with all my cousins, and then like my two cousins, all their friends were there, so we had like so many people, and we had this tree, and like all of our bags were just at this tree, and we were just playing hacky sack the whole time,
That's
and
cool.
it was just great.
That's fun. Did you bring
And then I
food?
stayed out into the city. I left the city at like 8:30 p.m. Like I was fully drinking from 6 to 8:30
Did you
p.m.
go to bars?
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. See, we fucked up. Well, we couldn't even have gone to bars if we wanted to, but because we were underage. But it ended, and since we were the last stop, everybody had already started going home. Couldn't get a single train home. It was either
Mm.
completely full or there were none available. We walked so far somewhere to get a train. They're like, no trains available. And we were just asking random people, and they're like, oh, you gotta take this subway to Olney and then hop on a bus from Olney back to Doylestown. It was like a 3-hour journey home.
Oh my
It was,
god.
and Olney is so dangerous. It was just like, I was just like, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah. No, I Ubered back when we like left because it was just worth it to Uber because I was with Danny and Kevin, like my little brother and my younger cousin, and like Luke, my older brother, and like my other older cousins were staying, and me and Danny and Kevin were like, we gotta go home. Like I hit a wall. I was like, I need to go home, and
How
I
long
was
did you
like, I'm
drive?
not like 40 minutes. I was like, I'm not trying to get on the L right now with them. Like we're just gonna take the Uber.
Choking, sorry. Yeah, I would have done that too, looking back, but
Well, and also like, thank you, mom. She supported us in the Uber.
oh, period. Did she go to the parade?
No, they were at the Super Bowl, so they were like, we're good.
Right. Forgot about that.
Yeah, they went to the game,
That's cool. I
and they had
could
the best time ever.
I could have done the game and not cared about who was playing and just like been there for vibes, but I lied. I take that back. That was a big old lie.
Just dropped $7,000 just to vibe.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it. I was lying the whole time. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad you had fun.
Grand old time.
Um, Something else we need to talk about is SNL 50.
Yes, I'm halfway through.
You didn't finish it?
No, dude, I have a million assignments, and I didn't have
Right.
power until yesterday.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So did you watch
But
any of the
I'm
White Lotus?
no. Yeah, I haven't had time. I just had yesterday and I had class and dance marathon all day.
This is gonna be a short episode because I have so much I need to talk to you about those two specific things.
Okay, well, I watched the first hour, so anything you need to say?
One of my favorite SNL skits is Dunice, Kristen Wiig, and the fact
Mm-hmm.
that they brought that back was, and the way they did it was so funny,
It was
hilarious.
so good.
I loved it so much. Um,
Also Pedro Pascal messing up the words is so funny.
3 times. Hey, 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 man! Like adorable. I love him.
He's so cute.
That was a great skit too. Molly Shannon, love her.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to Weekend Update?
Yes, I just finished Weekend
Oh,
Update. That's where I finished.
Strong Uncle was another one of my favorite ones ever.
Oh, it's so funny.
When he said the cheeseburger, 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 Colin just was like, "Oh, great joke." From no, I misplaced 4 cheeseburgers. So stupid, but so funny.
It's iconic.
So good.
Everything about it. I loved Tina and Amy's part with all the audience members.
That was so
So
good.
fun.
A little like I get why they did it with Ryan Reynolds and like
Wait, I didn't see that.
she was like, she's like, "How's it going?" He's like, "Good. Why? What have you heard?" And Blake was like, "I'm like, I don't know if I would have. I don't know. It just felt a little weird.
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok, but when I was watching it, I didn't see it.
Weird.
Maybe I just missed it, actually. But I'm like, did they cut it out?
No, I
They
bet
would never.
no. But I was just like, why? Number one, that whole situation started by a sexual assault case
Yeah.
and like a misconduct. So I don't know why we're like making laughs at it. I don't know. I found it weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Anywho, Julia Louis-Dreyfus with the puppy dog, the service
Oh my
dog.
god, so funny.
So funny. I love her.
Adam Driver.
So good.
I
Something I
love
was
Adam
like,
Driver.
yeah, Adam Driver. Something I was really like shocked at is every time a celebrity from the audience would get up to do a skit, before that skit, they would be in their chair in the outfit they came in, and then after the skit, they would go right back. I'm like, that is like the speed at which they have to manage that
Yeah.
in order for everything to flow smoothly is probably crazy.
I know. That's insane. I loved the like, what's his name in the American Girl doll store,
Mm,
and then all
John
the
Lovitz.
writers on the street.
That was funny. Um, Something I just found out is Natasha Rothwell from Insecure and seasons 1 and 3 of White Lotus. She played the masseuse Belinda.
Uh-huh.
She was a writer for SNL
Really?
in like 2015. I didn't know that.
I love Belinda. She's perf.
Belinda, she's amazing. If you ever watch Insecure, it's on HBO and Netflix. It's Issa Rae's show. Oh my god,
I know.
Natasha
You
Rothwell.
gotta write this down for me because I'm stressed out with the amount of stuff I have to watch right now.
That's fine.
Like I'm actually, it's
You worry
stressing
about
me
your
out.
stuff now, and I'll stress you out later with
I
what
have
I need you
to
off.
finish SNL, White Lotus, then I'm gonna watch. I'm watching the OC right now, and I need to watch Love Is Blind. But we're gonna do Love Is Blind, blind. We're gonna put a blanket over the TV, so it's blind for us too. Isn't that fun?
That is fun. You're crazy, girl. You need to watch White Lotus before another episode comes out so you don't have to be like,
No,
oh,
I
now I
know.
have 2 episodes to watch.
And I'm so excited to watch it, but I feel like I need to finish SNL.
It's good. It is. Do you know anything about it?
What, SNL?
No, White Lotus.
No, I don't. I skip over everything.
Okay. It's crazy.
Well, I watched the preview, but
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking about like something that gets one of the big reveals in episode 1.
well, I
like,
don't know any of the big reveals.
it's a hint. Well, there is one big reveal, but there's a hint at like a bigger thing. You should
Oh,
watch
no, I
it.
don't know yet. Are you mad that they changed the theme song?
Okay, I'm not mad because the beginning of the theme song is a little slow, but the end of it is like it's like how like bumpy. Like it's so good.
Mm.
But yes, I do wish they kept some of the wee woos in there.
The wee woos.
You know?
Yeah. Okay, tell me about Sunset Bowl.
Oh, I didn't even write that down on my list. How could I have forgot about Sunset Boulevard? The best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. 24 years of living, and this is the best thing I've ever seen. Maybe second best. So for my birthday, Chris was like, would you want Wicked tickets? And as I mentioned on the podcast, I was like, oh, all respect to the show, I just don't want the second movie to be spoiled. So sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, would you be interested in going to see Sunset Boulevard? He's like, I don't know, don't, like, I'm, whatever you want. And I was like, oh, let's go see it. Because tickets were like fairly cheapish. The theater was like this big. It was so small, which is perfect. And we were in the orchestra right, and we were about halfway back.
Oh, fire.
Like, I didn't have to squint at all. I didn't have to, like, lean forward. It was perfect.
That's amazing.
Leading up to Sunset Boulevard, we get into New York that day. We check in at the hotel at, like, 3. The doors open for Sunset at 7:20, and you have to be in your seats by 7:50 because the show starts promptly at 8.
Oh, wow.
You've learned very quickly that that's not the case. But anyway, we check in the hotel. We go to get lunch because neither of us have eaten. We went to a super cute place, La Pecorino Bianca or something, right in Midtown.
That just made me hungry, that word.
Bitch, you would eat this restaurant up. Pizza, pasta, salad.
Oh my gosh.
And it was so cute. Our waitress, though, she was helping us. And I was like, Chris, quite often they don't list Moscato on the regular wine menu because it's a dessert wine.
Yeah.
That's the only white wine I like. And Chris got Chardonnay or whatever. And I was like, Chris asked the waitress, he was like, do you have anything sweet like Moscato? I know it's not on the menu. And she's like, oh no, we have it. And I was like, bring me over a glass, baby. Oh, that shit was good. I'm drinking. She brings actually she doesn't. She takes our order. She brings our food over. 4 minutes into eating, she walks out the front door with her bag and stuff. And I was like,
what?
I was like, oh, okay, goodbye. And then someone like took over our table, and I was like, I don't know if it was like her first day, and she was just coming. It was so odd. But I was like,
oh yeah, I honestly have done that a lot of times before.
But like not
like once your shift ends.
But not to be like, okay, we're gonna switch tables.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
No, it was just like goodbye. I was like, okay. Anyway,
hard day at work, I guess.
Literally. But so we had lunch, and by the time we ended lunch, it was like 4. It was a late lunch, like 4:30, 4:45, and we were tired. So we were like, let's go back to the hotel and take a nap. Put on White Lotus season 1 was doing a marathon, so we just put that on. Took a nap for like an hour and 15. Canceled our dinner reservations because we weren't even that hungry, and we woke up around like 6:40-ish, and the theater wasn't far, but we had to get ready. Got ready, left. We get in line, or we get there, walk right in. We go to concessions, and it's all gay people. It's all gay men. Like a crazy amount of gay men. And I've never felt more at home. And Chris is ordering his drink. He's like, it's a Kilo soda, and he wants a Tito's Sprite. And the guy was like, single or double? And Chris is like, make it a double. And he's like, okay. And they use these cups for your first drink. St. James Theater, Sunset Boulevard.
Oh my god, that's so fun.
You would think for a double, they would fill it up to here. They filled it up to here. And I tasted no liquor at all. And then I was like, oh, I'm also going to grab a box of M&Ms. And I was like, Chris, you paid for tickets, hotel, dinner. I can do this. Tell me why it was $92 for 2 drinks and a box of M&Ms.
No way! How much were the drinks?
$40 each.
$40 each. Because of the double?
Yeah, I guess.
But I guess they just made like each drink is 20, so they made like actually double.
It was, but I didn't taste double the liquor, so that pissed me off.
And it was like Sprite.
He was like, and your total is $91.36, and I said, and for a second I looked over, and for those listening, I'm still unemployed. And in the moment I took a beat and I looked over at Chris and I said, well, get out your damn card. I'm not paying this. But I was like, no, it's fine. And I would have been fine spending that amount of money on dinner and drinks, whatever. But for 2 drinks and a box of M&Ms, it's crazy.
Did you like the M&Ms at least?
Of course I did. I finished it in one go.
So how was the show?
So we sit down, super close to the front. The show didn't start till like 8:10, I guess. And doors didn't shut till like 8:05. And while you're leading in, it's a big curtain of just chainmail. Very cool. And then you just see a woman's face appear, and you're like, oh my god, it's Nicole Scherzinger. It's not her. It's an identical look-alike playing the younger version of the character who looks just like Nicole Scherzinger.
Whoa.
It was crazy. And this show was really cool because there was no sets and no props. It was literally just a black box with like side lights and smoke.
Oh, wow.
It was so cool. The story is about a woman, Norma Desmond, who Nicole Scherzinger plays, who got really famous in the 30s when she was 17 or 18. And in present day, 1949, that's when the show takes place, she's in her 40s or whatever. And she's like been forgotten about. But there's this young 20-something up-and-coming writer, and he hasn't gotten a job lately, and he can't pay his bills. So these guys come after him. They're like, you owe us loan sharks. They're like, you owe us $300. And the guy's like, the writer Joe, he's like, I can't pay that. They're like, cool, we'll take your car. So he runs away, and he tries to hide the car in the hills, and he hides it at Norma Desmond's house, her mansion on Sunset Boulevard.
Oh.
The way they get introduced is so odd because she, I guess, had a pet chimp who died. And so her
chimpanzee?
Yeah. Her servant was like at the front gate where Joe was hiding his car. The servant's name is Max. And Max was like, oh my god, thank god you're here. Come on inside. And Joe's like, okay.
What?
Why would you just, like, I don't know. And he gets inside and Norma's like, he's in there, like, don't be too, just move him outside, whatever. And then Joe's like, oh, you have the wrong guy. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Get out. He's like, no, I'm a writer. Like, I'm sorry. And she goes, oh, you're a writer. Well, I wrote a screenplay. And she's like, no one will read it. And he goes, yeah, because it looks like it's 6 screenplays because it's like super long. And so then it goes into him reading it. And he's like, oh, how old is this Salome?
You memorized the whole script. You're literally saying it line for line.
I'm like, but sorry, bitch. God forbid I'm excited. But he's like,
I thought you were just going to say like one of the lines they said, but you're fully saying the whole scene with every line.
Bitch, it was fantastic. And I'm just telling you how they got working together. He was like, oh, I'll read your play. Who's this main character, Salome? And she goes, it's me, obviously. Mind you, she's mid-40s in old Hollywood. And he's like, how old is Salome? And she goes, 16. Obviously. I look just like her.
Obviously.
Nicole was so funny. That's like what starts their situationship. But she's like a crazed like narcissist. So like he leaves her at one point and she slits her wrists. Yeah. And the way they do it's insane.
And is that when she has the blood all over her?
No.
Oh.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. Okay, this is a spoiler for Sunset Boulevard.
Spoiler
so skip
for
over
Sunset
this
Boulevard,
if you care.
all you theater nerds. So, they've been living together for a little. This is at the end of Act 1. They've been living together for a little, working on the script. He cancels his plans with this girl he really likes, Betty, who's also a writer, and they're supposed to be writing together. And Nicole Scherzinger, Norma, she's like, I'm having a huge New Year's Eve party. Come, I'll give you a suit. Let's hang out. They start to dance. And he's like, oh, when's everyone getting here? She's like, oh, I didn't invite anyone else. It's just you. I love you. And he's like, I gotta go. He leaves. He goes to a party with all the other young people and Betty. And she's like, please, will you write the script with me? And he's like, you know what? Yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So he calls the servant and he's like, Diva, ship my suitcase. And the servant's like, I'm tending to Ms. Norma. She found a razor in your suitcase and slit her wrists. And all of a sudden you hear bang, like 4 bangs in a row. And it's those confetti poppers. And everyone goes, Happy New Year, because they're at a New Year's Eve party.
Oh my
It's
god.
just the most like, huh, like the most startling. And then the act ends. And you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Wait, that's
What a
crazy.
weird place to end. Um, and then second act continues. He starts to realize how like psycho she is, and since she slit her wrist, he's like, I'll come back. I'll help you. Like, don't
Yeah.
worry. They start writing it. Drama, drama, drama. He realizes that he can't be with Betty. He also can't be with Norma because while he wants to be with Betty, Norma's so dysfunctional that it's like fucked with his brain, and he himself doesn't have his priorities straight. So he's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So once he decides that, Norma finds Betty's phone number, the girl writer, and is like,
Yeah.
hey, Betty, ask him who he lives with. Because I can tell you it's not his mom, and it's not her. And so Joe's like, okay, ask me. Or better yet, come over. And she's like, Joe, you're freaking me out. Why am I at a house? What's going on? He's like, look around. Whose house do you think it is? This is what happens to every writer in Hollywood. They get obsessed with a 40 or something, whatever. And then it's like, and he goes, look who's on the wall. And she goes, oh, that's Norma Desmond. And then it's during one of my favorite songs. And all the rest of the ensemble comes out dressed as Nicole Scherzinger, as Norma Desmond, in this black silk. And they're just dancing around, sprinting. Nicole's on stage the whole time, doing everything. It's so beautiful, so well done. And Betty's like, see ya, girl. You both are psychos. She leaves, and then Joe's like, I gotta go. Sorry, Norma. Goodbye. You're in this tiny theater, and after Joe's like, I'm leaving, every single light goes off. It is pitch black. You can't see a single thing. She's screaming. Nicole Scherzinger screaming. She's like, no, Joe, please don't. And then, bang. Loud fucking gunshot. So loud. The loudest gunshot you've ever heard.
But it was still pitch black?
Still pitch black. There was one flash of light, and then there were 3 of those total. 3 gunshot sounds, 3 flashes of light. That's it. You hear her scream, and you hear him just groaning. And then the lights like slowly come back on, and he's just laying on the ground covered in blood. Her dress is like already kind of soaked in blood, but not a lot. And she's just standing there like this. You can't see what's in her hand, but she's just like belting her heart out to a song called No One Ever Leaves a Star. Fantastic.
Oh my god.
And then she just goes, and I take it as she's so obsessed with the young nubile. She wanted attention. So I assume she's drinking the blood. And she just goes like this, and it just spills down her. And while she's singing, she runs it through her hair. And then there's one more song where she's like talking to her servant. And then it's kaput. It's the end of the show.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was so fucking good. And you'd think it would kind of be hard to like watch and follow along with because it's no sets, no props, no costumes.
Yeah.
Like it's super straightforward, but it is so perfectly done. It is
wow,
so
that's
beautiful.
fantastic.
You like truly, I think if you go visit Jane, you should go see it.
I know, I need to decide. I've never been to a Broadway show, and I need to like really figure out which one I want to go to. But that sounds really good.
I'd like
I would see
just
that.
pick one and go like.
Just pick one.
I didn't mean it so bitchy like that, but it was just so beautiful and so perfect, and the whole cast is hot. And
Fire.
it's just so pretty. And there's one other thing I was gonna say about it. Oh, 2 other things. So that's like the story of what happens. Those are spoilers. Flashing back a little at the start of Act 2, so I know someone from Penn State who's in the show, Jimin, and they're like chef's kiss of a performer. Dancing, singing,
Oh
acting.
yeah, you told me.
They're so perfect in every way. But during intermission, I'm drunk. So I DM them, and I'm like, the show is so good. And Nicole, the young woman who plays Norma, looks identical to Nicole. She's beautiful. And they're like, oh my god, I know, right? Like, so good. And I say, like, break a leg or something. I don't remember what I said. And they like it. And then the lights flicker. And there's a big screen that falls down and you're watching, and you're on floor 7 or 6, and it's following the main lead, Joe. Like, he's walking through. He runs into the one person that I know from Penn State, Jimin, who's in their towel, and they're like, and then it goes through and it shows every single cast member, and it goes down to Nicole's dressing room, and she's writing mad about the boy on the whiteboard in lipstick, which is a line in the last song. And then it pans down to her desk, and there's just a gun there, which is a little startling until you get to the end of the play and you realize it was just like a foreshadow. Still scary.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. And so the lead, he goes through everything, and then he gets to the front of the theater, and he walks outside. He walks across, I think it's 44th Street. I saw a TikTok. Walks across, singing, being filmed the whole time. There's security guards. He walks down whatever that street is, 44th, singing the entire time, belting. And then he goes down this little like alley. The rest of the cast joins him, and they all walk back together. And then you turn, and the side doors of the theater open, and they're all just standing there. It is, it's so fucking cool. And the other thing was, one of my favorite drag queens ever is Jinx Monsoon. The day of or the day before we saw Sunset Boulevard was like an article or a post that was saying Jinx Monsoon legally changes her name to like away from her dead name. So her new name is, her real name is Hera Lilith something, Hera. We're in Sunset Boulevard during intermission. I get up to go pee. I hear someone go, Hera. And I was like, what a fucking coincidence. That is
oh my gosh.
So weird. I was like, but obviously it's not her. It can't be. The end of the show, Nicole and Tom, the two leads, they're not doing this to the audience. Like, they say thank you and everything, but at the very end they go to one person. And I was like, that's gotta be someone. Whatever. Chris and I get back to the hotel. We're clicking through Nicole Scherzinger's Instagram story. Jinx Monsoon was at the fucking show.
No way.
So when they said Hera, that was her. When they were pointing, that had to be her. Because there was a flock of faggots in front of the stage that had to be surrounding Jinx. You know what I mean?
My gosh.
And Jinx,
that's crazy.
You click on Jinx's Instagram story, and it's her hand covered in blood, and she goes, guess what show I saw tonight? I was breathing the same air of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars winner season 7, Jinx fucking Monsoon. It's monsoon season, bitches.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Now I need to go on her Instagram and see if she posted a photo of them. I don't think she did.
That's so cool.
Bitch, I was gooped and gagged and queened and queered. The other thing is, that same night, Jinx had her own sold-out show at Carnegie Hall.
Oh my gosh. Carnegie Hall, period.
Vendela. Hera Lilith Hoffer. That's Jinx.
Soleil!
Bitch, she's so cunty.
Period. I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have 3 questions, actually. This is our rapid fire question segment.
I actually only have time for 42 today. So.
Okay.
Sorry.
SNL reference. Okay. If you were a teacher, what subject would you teach?
Theater.
I didn't even think about that.
I think I would eat it up. Or drama. Whatever the title is.
Yeah, but that doesn't, happen at high school. You know what I mean?
I know. I would make
it's an after-school activity. What about this?
I agree, but I would be one of those teachers that's like, we need this program for the young queers.
Yeah.
And if an ugly one walked in, I said, turn around.
What if it was math, science, history, and English?
I so deeply, deeply want to say English, but I can't read. Those kids.
I could see you as an English teacher.
Yeah, but those kids aren't learning anything from me. Those are just vibes I'm handing out.
Mm.
You know
what?
I
would do math.
I take it back. I would do English, and we wouldn't read books. We would read screenplays. Because those shit
Period.
I can read. Or I would do history, because I'm very interested in history.
True, I love history.
I love
not really.
Weird
I
shit.
I never learned it. You know how you learn history in your younger years, but if you don't understand it in the beginning, everything else is just going to be confusing. I didn't pay attention, So it's like the history classes never made sense to me.
That was exactly me in 11th grade when I was like, I love history and I've taken honors histories courses. So I was like, let me take honors ages, American government and economic system. Yeah, I didn't put together what economic system meant, and that class was 95% econ.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
That's not good.
I fucked up here.
Yeah. You did not cook there. What was your favorite Disney or Nick show growing up?
I love when things are about me. Disney or Nick show? Oh. What was it? Amazing World of Gumball? No, that was Cartoon Network. But still, can that count? Bitch, I ate.
No.
Oh.
No, that show's great, but you have to choose between like Wizards of Waverly Place, We Love Zack and Cody, Victorious, iCarly, Good Luck Charlie, That's So Raven.
Probably iCarly. I feel like I watched that shit like crazy.
Yeah, I loved iCarly. We need the iCarly remote.
I had it. We
Yeah,
have...
didn't you? I asked for it for Christmas. My mom couldn't find it.
This Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
We had the iCarly remote, and my dad made T-shirts with all their like sayings on it that were identical to the shows.
Oh my god, in the T-shirt factory episode.
Yep. Crazy.
That's awesome. I love that episode. Oh, I also saw One of Them Days last night, and it was so good. You should see it.
One of the is that with SZA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that opening night with Francesca and her mom.
Oh, you did?
So funny.
So funny. Yeah, I saw it. It was really funny.
SZA is hilarious.
Yeah, so funny.
So funny.
Her and Keke Palmer just vibe.
Yeah, them together is great. SZA in the loan office.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect. Pure
Amazing.
comedy, perfect timing. Love it.
The whole movie was just perfect timing.
It was great.
Like,
and the fact that
so
and that's
funny.
an Issa Rae movie. She produced that.
Oh yeah.
Bitch, you need to watch Insecure.
Okay, can you text me that?
Yeah.
Last question is, I don't know if you watched this, but I'm really hoping you know your answer to this. Who was your favorite Dance Moms dancer and Dance Moms mom?
Dance Mom's mom was Holly, I think her name is.
Wow, Dr. Holly.
Dr. Holly, because she's, at the time, before I totally had a grasp on what reality TV was, I was like, she's the only one that has her shit figured out.
Yeah, she does.
She's a woman, a real woman. She's got, and I mean real woman.
She's iconic.
As like, she's got her shit together. She's got a job, a doctorate, blah, blah, blah. She's never screamy.
But when she does, she's right.
Right. She's just vibing. And my favorite girl was probably Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't she gay now?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. That checks out too.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite also. Always was. And Kelly's my favorite mom.
Kelly Highland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like her too. She was funny too.
I was like severely obsessed with Dance Moms. Like I met them 3 times.
Oh shit.
I met the Dance Moms and the kids.
I was not severely obsessed, but I did fuck with.
Me and Jane would sit down every Tuesday and watch it. And when it was released, I remember we watched the first ever episode release because we saw the preview on live TV, and it was like, this is coming out on Tuesday, whatever. And we watched every single episode.
I did also love the evil bitch from the other studio, Kathy Applebottom. What's her?
Kathy from Candy Apples.
Yes, I thought she was.
Candy Apples is the dance studio.
And when she slit her daughter's finger, oh. So
I have my finger. I hope I can still dance.
I hope I can still dance.
You know, Kenzie, like when the whole TikTok ban was happening and everyone was doing the TikToks of like admitting things, Kenzie admitted that they gave her a script for all of her confessionals.
That checks out. I wouldn't let it.
I know, but it made me sad.
No, it makes me sad too, but I wouldn't let a child go into a confessional like that with nothing to say. Because they're not going to sit there and watch the clip and then react to it.
Yeah.
There's something I was going to say about that. I can't remember. Oh, what was the one bitch who's a huge Trumper from that show?
Kendall or Kalani?
Kendall. Kendall would always come to Penn State and go to a bunch of like Penn State parties and shit that
she goes to JMU.
Yeah. and she got booed when we were in the one section at the football game. I was like, who are they booing? And I was like, oh, it's Kendall from Dance Moms because she sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kira Hilliker, like Kalani's mom,
Mm,
was literally front row at the Trump rallies. Like she was in every video, just front row.
dead ass.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
We'll get
Should we
into
do?
we'll get into it next week or something. I have a lot to talk about that I could talk about people supporting Trump. That shouldn't be, and it's tea.
Oh, I'm ready.
Um, yes, one thing before we do first and foremost in song of the week is, do you like my new Apple case?
Oh my god, yes.
Light pink, bitch, it's a dupe. Did you know they made Apple dupes?
Dope.
Dupe, and they sell them on Amazon. This was $12.
Wait, it's like the same like texture, you mean?
Exactly.
Or it has the Apple logo.
It's the same. It's the exact same thing. It just has the logo.
Oh my gosh.
And
I got a new Octobuddy phone card holder.
oh, that's cunty. See, I would be afraid that I would stick that to the mirror and I would leave and it would come off and my cards are there.
See, when I got the Octobuddy, I realized that it changed my life because I love it so much. But then I also realized that the card holder was my life. So once I got the Octobuddy, I had to stop bringing my cards anywhere, and it really messed me up a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I had to do something about it.
That's fair.
Because I don't bring a purse. Like, I bring a purse, but just with, like, lip gloss and gum in it. I never bring my cards. So I, like, need it. And I don't bring a wallet inside anywhere. Like, I just always have my card wallet.
I used to literally only bring my wallet places and I miss those days. But now with my anxiety, I have to bring my Xanax. And with my allergies, I have to bring my EpiPens. I always have to have a bag on me, and I wish I didn't.
But you love your bags.
I do, but there are some days I wish I could just go out without it. Like, I want a jacket. I want, like, a going out jacket that has deep pockets so I can fit 2 EpiPens in my wallet, and that's it.
Yeah.
Am I zine?
True.
That's
Wait, that's
not a
actually
bad idea.
so smart.
It's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah. Maybe you should do that.
Should we create a clothing line? Okay.
We should. Oh my god, I can't wait for when we go famous so we can have a clothing line.
Me as well.
But we're not doing some cheesy, like, representing our podcast on it. It's gonna be, like, cool.
Yeah, agreed.
And, like, small little lettering, first and foremost.
Oh, hon, I hate when yes, I'm fully on your side.
And, like, cool hats.
Yes. Some pink champagne and caviar. That's what you get with the stars. Something, 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 something. I didn't come to see a house. Sunset Boulevard. Dazzling Boulevard. Something Valentino danced on the terrazzo. And that just keeps. And I did a
That's
really
so good. Good
awful
job.
rendition. Thank you.
It's fantastic. I think I know where that one's from.
The new Jurassic World
Sunset
movie.
Boulevard.
Oh. Probably that.
Okay. Fly, eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, eagles, fly. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch those eagles fly. Oh, wait. Hold up.
Oh, I'm bowing out.
Fly, eagles, fly on the road to victory. Eagles, Eagles. Thank you, Riley, for wearing your green today.
You're welcome. I did this for you. You know what did get me a little horny is Super Bowl Bradley Cooper saying, "Ee! Ee!"
Yeah.
That deep
Love
voice.
him.
Once
And Saquon Barkley.
once he gets rid of his beard, he can call me up.
And he had Caleb, I think the little kid's name was.
You know what's a great song? Don't call me up. I'm going out tonight.
Down
Feeling
tonight.
good when you're out of my life. Don't want to talk about us. When you're leaving behind, got a drink and you're out of my mind. Up in the club, hey. I'm and alone when you're out of my something when I don't want to hurt.
That was
Don't call
really
me up.
good. Leading off of that, my first and foremost I'd like to thank is the Philadelphia Eagles franchise.
Motherfucker.
I just want to thank
Franchise?
you guys. The whole thing, everything about him, everyone there, I just everybody. This is my speech that I would say at the art museum if I was on the team. I would like to thank all of you for giving me the best day of my life, giving me the best week, making me so happy, letting me bleed green.
Oh my
And,
God.
I would like to thank everybody. The fans are fantastic. I had so much fun. Um, this made my whole year. It's amazing. So proud of everybody. And um, yeah, that's pretty much all. You guys are all fantastic, and I love you all. Thank you.
Who the fuck is this bitch? You know what? The more and more you talk about Eagles, I think the more and more I think you hate gay people. No, I'm kidding. Bitch. Before I do my first and foremost, one time, we don't talk to this girl anymore, so it's fine. One time in college, the Kira, Brooke, and Amaya, and Chris, our friend group, the one girl, she had a straight boyfriend. And one of the jokes I was like, one of the vocal tics I was like deep into that time was, oh, so you're homophobic. Oh, so you hate me because I'm gay. Just repeating it. My girlfriends would laugh. Chris would sometimes laugh. Like, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
This lady pulled me aside one night while we were all drinking. She goes, something along the lines of, I just wanted to talk to you privately. It's actually getting too much. And the guys, they think they're doing something wrong and like being homophobic every time you say that. And it's just like, it's not funny. It's like upsetting everyone. Like, could you just stop? Like, nobody likes it. Oh! I was about to beat her ass. And I went to Kira, Brooke, and Amaya. I forget who was in the room at the time. I was like, this bitch just said that to me. Does she? Do people not like me? And they're like, no. I mean, you're annoying, but no. And I was like, okay, period. Like, we're good. And I was like, this is coming from her telling us that her boyfriend and their friends were annoyed and upset with me. The group of boys that called me and Chris faggots and a faggot to our face and showed us on FaceTime and said, call him a faggot multiple times in one night. Oh, bitch, I have so much tea.
Oh, but they're not doing anything wrong.
Oh, they're not doing it. They actually said everything correct. And
yeah.
bitch, and then do you want to know the other tea? This is what comes in when you're friends with someone who's dating a man in that group and they're hot and they're buff and they're straight and they're just for the girls and the gays. Because he was in the group chat of all the guys that said they were like, oh, faggot this, faggot that. One of the guys was like, yo, I wasn't there. What happened tonight? And the one guy was like, a couple of fags got mad about being called fags. Oh, I'm sorry, flags. And then our friend, her boyfriend, who's on our side, screenshotted it and sent it to us. Oh!
Legend,
icon, diva, angel. He was like, yeah, I don't care about losing them or because whatever. He was so nice about it. Those assholes like excommunicated him, which was not fair at all.
Yeah.
But he was like, I don't need to be their friend if that's how they act. And I was like,
yeah,
girl,
oh my God, goat.
You need to take your
Literally
boyfriend to dinner and I'll pay. I didn't have money at the time. But God, I was just like, and we still have the screenshot to this day.
Oh my God, can you send it?
Yeah. And everybody was like, the one main guy who said it, he apologized. Months down the line, he apologized and we got through it. But his first apology was like, please don't send that anywhere. Please don't let anybody see that. It could ruin like my college. I have still 3 years left. I was like, sorry. Why? I'm supposed to care about you now?
Yeah.
It was just like crazy.
I'm sorry. First and foremost, I would like to thank that legend.
That legend, who I won't say his name because I don't want him to be uncomfortable. Not that he listens to this. Okay, my first and foremost I'd like to thank is Laura Dern in Big Little Lies.
Period.
Specifically because when we were at lunch in New York on Saturday, Chris got a piece of cake for dessert, and I was like, can I just get a hot coffee? Because I refuse to eat desserts at places because there's just too many allergens. I was like, can I please just get a hot coffee? He's like, is an Americano fine? And I was like, duh, diva. Me forgetting what an Americano was. I was like,
water and espresso.
Literally. Then a clip pops up on my TikTok 2 days ago, or Monday or Sunday, of Laura Dern in Big Little Lies when she's ordering she's ordering an Americano at Starbucks before her trial. And she's stressed out and she goes, can I get an Americano? He goes, and do you want space for cream in that? And she goes, an Americano is fucking espresso and water. Do I need to come back there and make it for my fucking self? And her delivery is just, I think about it every day now.
She's an icon.
She's great.
She's a legend.
She was at SNL 52 in the audience.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see her. Wait, I haven't watched the whole thing, though.
Yeah, I didn't see her till like the end of my book.
Okay, what's going on with my hair? Oh, God.
That's horny. Okay, goodbye.
Thank you guys so much for watching episode 23. We'll see you again soon.
Bye, schmooches.